to save a woman's life. Baugh said, "I do not support abortion in any form." And twice, Baugh voted to force doctors to pressure our patients with pointless non-medical abortion information. It's outrageous. They are our bodies, not Scott Baugh's.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Clippers Warriors, Saturday at 4 on KTLA.
Now at noon, a law enforcement veteran and former top-ranking LAPD official now set to lead the entire Los Angeles Police Department. Thanks for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at noon. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Samantha Cortese in for Lou Parker. Former LA County Sheriff Jim McDonnell has been named the new chief of LAPD. Mayor Bass made that announcement this morning at City Hall.
KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang joining us now live in downtown LA with the details. Kimberly?
Hi, during that news conference earlier this morning, LA Mayor Karen Bass talked about why the former sheriff is the right person for the job and the city's primary focus.
Our city has a lot of work to do to prepare to welcome the world. To me, what is most important, as I said from the beginning, is to keep the city safe. We need it, and I feel very confident in one of the top law enforcement professionals in our country who is willing to come back to the department and lead us in a time when the department internally needs to be transformed. The city needs to feel safe.
The mayor announced that Jim McDonnell will lead the LAPD, a department of some 9,000 officers. The chief laid out his goals, which includes enhancing public safety, strengthening public trust, and growing LAPD back to full strength through recruitment and retention. He said department staffing is down dramatically, and even at full deployment, LA is light compared to other major cities. It is a tough job ahead. McDonnell will replace Chief Michael Moore, who retired in February. The department has faced scrutiny over excessive force on civilians, and many citizens continue to voice concerns about crime. McDonnell began his career with LAPD, where he served for more than 25 years and held every rank before becoming assistant chief of police. He left LAPD in 2010 to become chief of the Long Beach Police Department, and in 2014, McDonnell was elected as LA County Sheriff and served one term. According to the mayor's office, during his tenure, all three agencies saw a reduction in crime and improved police-community relations. In September, the mayor's office released a report which included input from officers, community leaders, and citizens on what they want in a police chief. It also described concerns over officers' well-being, the department's disciplinary process, complaint system, and staffing. Today, McDonnell said he's honored to take on this role. He was joined by his family, including his wife Kathy and daughter Megan.
As I prepare to take this role, I bring with me a comprehensive understanding of public safety from law enforcement, academic, and business perspectives. In the next 5 years, the eyes of the world will be on us. Los Angeles will host the World Cup, it will host the Olympic and Paralympic Games, it will host a Super Bowl and an NBA All-Star Game. Our department and our city will be showcased, and we will be prepared.
The congratulations and statements of support have been coming in, including from LA County Supervisors Janice Hahn and Hilda Solis, the LA Urban League, and the LA Police Protective League, says they have every confidence in Chief McDonnell's ability to hit the ground running. Reporting live in downtown, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Kimberly, thank you. They've been locked up for more than 30 years for killing their parents, and now the Menendez brothers might be one step closer to freedom.
Eric and Lyle Menendez are hoping to have their sentences reevaluated based on new evidence. KTLA 5's Corrine Winter live here in the studio with the latest. Corrine?
Glenn and Sam, LA County DA George Gascon said that they are now reviewing new evidence in this case. Defense attorneys believe that the new findings will support what Lyle and Eric Menendez have maintained all along, that they killed their parents after years of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse.
What's the problem? I killed my parents.
It was one of Los Angeles' most high-profile murder cases, the killing of Kitty and Jose Menendez in their Beverly Hills mansion back in August of 1989. The convicted killers, their sons, Lyle and Eric Menendez, who after decades behind bars could soon have a shot at freedom.
We have a moral and an ethical obligation to review what is being presented to us.
The LA County District Attorney's Office announcing on Thursday with newly discovered evidence surfacing on allegations of sexual abuse by their father that drove the brothers to kill. Officials are now taking another look at this case to determine if the brothers should be released from prison.
One possibility, what is being alleged by his lawyers, not by us, that there was evidence that had that evidence been presented to the jury, the outcome of this case would have been different.
The Menendez brothers were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 1996. They've been behind bars for nearly 35 years with several failed appeal attempts. The brothers' legal team had requested a retrial, asserting that there was newly discovered evidence supporting their alleged claims of sexual abuse. A member of the boy band Menudo alleges Jose molested him as a kid when Jose was an executive with RCA Records and had signed the band to a music deal. The Menendez attorneys also cited other new evidence, including a letter Eric wrote to a cousin detailing his dad's alleged sexual abuse just months before the murders. The LA County DA's office had been investigating the claims submitted in the petition. The brothers' first trial ended in a mistrial. The second trial, a conviction, with their defense team saying the judge blocked most of the evidence of the alleged abuse and manslaughter wasn't an option, which would have meant a shorter sentence with an earlier release.
Remember, this is an election year. If this is a case that may sway the electorate one way or another, George Gascon may say, hey, wait a minute, this is a case that we should reconsider, we could re-sentence, and most of the public would be quite happy about it.
The brothers' attorney, Mark Arago, says they've been model prisoners behind bars, counseling fellow inmates, and even getting their sociology degrees from UC Irvine.
I think it's time. Their family thinks it's time.
This former juror from the first trial previously told KTLA the Menendez brothers should have been found guilty of manslaughter, not murder, and released by now.
Normally, we lock people up because they're a danger to society, but I do not believe they would be.
And there is an upcoming hearing on this case. It's set for November 26th. Glenn?
All right, thank you, Corrine. Developing in Anaheim, a man is dead and another injured after a vehicle crashed into a tree during a brief police pursuit. It happened just after midnight when officers tried to stop a white pickup truck for unspecified vehicle code violations on East Street and La Palma Avenue. As officers approached the truck, the driver took off. The pursuit ended up on the 91 freeway until the driver exited at State College Boulevard. The driver had to be extricated from the vehicle after the crash. He was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. His passenger was pronounced dead at the scene.
7 racehorses have been euthanized at Los Alamitos racetrack after the outbreak of an infectious virus. The California Department of Food and Agriculture ordered the horses euthanized after cases of equine infectious anemia were detected late September. All of the horses involved in the outbreak belong to the same trainer, Heath Taylor. 3 other horses were exposed but have tested negative. Those animals have been isolated and must be retested in 60 days. Officials say the horses were most likely infected in another state before the trainer brought them to Los Alamitos.
The owner of a bakery in Carson spent the morning cleaning up after the business was vandalized. He says that a homeless woman broke into the bakery and caused the mess. KTLA 5's Angelique Ktla Dt is there live now with a story you'll see only on 5. Angelique?
Yeah, Glenn, I spoke to the owner of Sweet Valentine here just about an hour ago. He says he got to his business shortly before 6 this morning and saw the woman ransacking the store. He says his heart sank because this is the second time he's been broken into in just the 10 months he's been open. Now take a look at this newly obtained surveillance video. You can